you thought I was done, bless your heart, but I'm still living rent-free, it's a work of art. Call me daddy, call me nut, call me the goat. You're paddling upstream while I'm running this boat. You say, I don't care, yet you're glued to the screen, caught up in my glow while you stay unseen. Your shade's like a breeze, it's barely a draft. Meanwhile, I'm the Picasso of roasting your ass. You say you're over me, oh how cute, but here I am, still the star of your loop. You're my biggest fans, don't even deny, so grab some popcorn when daddy goes live. Call me daddy, yeah, shout it loud. King of your thoughts, I'm making you proud. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, headline act. Your background noise, and that's just a fact. Let's face the score. You hate that you love me, but you keep wanting more. You're like a dog chasing cars, you don't know why. But here you are, barking while I touch the sky. Your comments are gold, such comedy gold. Who hurt you? Oh wait, it's me, I'm told. You're keeping tabs like an unpaid intern while I'm cashing checks. When will you learn? Your timeline's a shrine to every move I make. I'd say thanks, but you're a nasty skank. Oh, Shizzy's washed up. Yeah, sure, Jan, yet here I am, the centerpiece of your plan. You hate watch my stream like it's Oscar night, but guess what, kiddos? I'm still shining bright. Call me daddy, send in your bread. I'm still rent-free in your effing head. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy on your brain. I'm your mental landlord, you can't complain. Let's keep it real. You hate that I'm winning, but you love how it feels. Oh, I'm sorry, did I break your streak? You tried to ignore me for like half a week, but daddy's too spicy, you can't look away. I'm the train wreck you need every single day. So while you're out there with your plastic clout, I'm here sipping coffee watching you freak out. You're irrelevant, wow, what a take. Now go rewatch my vids while I count how much I make. I count how much I make. Call me daddy, yeah, own it now. I'm reading your brain and you don't know how. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, let's set the bar. I'm the constellation, you're a burned out star. Embrace your role, cause I'm the main character. You're just an old ragged ass, burned out troll. So that's your bedtime story, kids tucked in sweet and snug. Shizzy Daddy's forever, you lose and you're stuck in the mud. Now say goodnight to Papa Nut, your mental pain. Oh wait, you will see me tomorrow's. Agenda will see me tomorrow, same obsession, same effing thing.
Look at this. This just happened right off the bat. Look at that.
To the
Yes.
every single day.
Every single day. Gosh, cause everybody's such a silly and dumber than a bag of flies. Beautiful.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days.
Welcome, everyone. Oh my gosh, Tammy, good to see you. Thank you, Kasha. Good to see you, Ali. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Look at all you fine people coming in. Missing Millstar. Got you in there too. Maybe not. Tammy Bugard, good to see you. Oh my gosh, you guys have been busy while you're waiting on me. Hey, Sweet Fly, good to see you. Hi, Shizzy. Hi, Chatters. I have my favorite, Tammy's cat. Good to see you there, Tammy. It is beautiful. Well, no, you're actually Tammy's cat, so that would be different. Faith, say it all. Good to see you, Brenda. Oh my gosh, yes, all you wonderful, wonderful, fine people. And the Max Labs, Shizzy. Such a crazy day. Yes, so many updates and lies.
Dog will hunt.
I don't know if it's lies or flies, because I mean it is. There's lots of stuff going around today. Oh my! Thank you, Max. I appreciate you. Yeah, that's gonna be making a showing at Dollywood. It's gonna be a blast. Hey Tracy, good to see you. Carol Welsh, Lisa Patterson. If I'm missing anybody, Arizona Hawk, Kevin Sheely got unsubbed, so I'm back. Oh, I'm sorry. You see here, you got unsubbed, Kevin. That does happen. Yeah, make sure that you're still subscribed, and you don't have to be a member, but the subscriptions go a long way. It's completely memberships and subscriptions are two different things. So good to see you, Libby. Yeah, good to see you. Disco. Sherry Nail. My, oh my, all you fine people. Maybe not. Yes. Janice. Oh my, oh my, oh my. I haven't scrolled down. Is this live? No, it's Memorex. It is not live. It's Memorex. Good to see you, Expert. What is up, brother? If you have not checked out Expert, go check out his stream. It was really good today. It was really good. Ah, yes. Oh, yeah. And why are you not? I don't know how that happened, but I'm going to fix that, doggone it. Why is it not? Because I'm pretty sure I had you in there as a... Why is it not showing up like that? I'll have to double check, man, because that's really strange. Unless you're not really the expert. You have to be. Because I'm pretty sure that I had the expert in here as a mod. Yeah. Why is it not in there? Yeah, there you go. Share your link, brother. Share your link. Appreciate you. Definitely. Gotta give a shout out to the expert. He's good people. He's very good people. So you definitely gotta love that man. Well, not like that. I mean, well, unless you want to, but that's up to you. That'll get you in all kinds of trouble if you do it like that. White Rabbit might have something to say, and you don't want dysentery. I'm just saying. You don't want to have the dysentery. We have a little fire for you tonight. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I was thinking, we could do the short version and then really dig in and give the long version on this. So we'll give you the short version first. We'll give you the easy teasy one. Hey, Valhalla, what's up, brother? Good to see you. Oh my. The short version right here. Elephant Shoe LLC. And what the Hales? Oh, okay. Defendant Marla Hughes. Motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint pursuant to Federal Rules Civil Procedure 12B6. Defendant Marla Hughes respectfully moves to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint for failure to state a claim upon which relief can be granted. In support, defendant states as follows. The amended complaint is fatally deficient as to all claims asserted against Marla Hughes. Plaintiffs, well, you would be plaintiff. Well, it would be plaintiffs or public figures. Well, that would be incorrect because, see, that plaintiffs would be this right here. Elephant Shoe LLC isn't really a public figure. That would be a corporation. So maybe learn how to write. Reach conclusions without evidence to get facts. And get facts? And timeline's wrong? Really? Oh. The claims against Hughes rest on the conclusion about Hughes' mindset. No, not really. It pretty much goes on things that you said. The claims against Hughes rest on conclusions about Hughes' mindset, assuming conversations and conspiracies without evidence to support such conclusions. Well, the facts, according to the amendment complaint, Marla Hughes is alleged to have emailed unnamed persons, and those emails subsequently became public. Further, the plaintiffs declare that Hughes accused Jeremy Hales of posting daily YouTube videos containing slurs and falsehoods about Preston, even when such videos were unrelated to the Antikrieks. Plaintiffs further alleged that Hughes claimed that Hales sent his followers to harass Antikrieg residents and involve state agencies and the IRS, making additional accusations against the Hales, such as the child and the animal abuse. The complaint also says that Hughes contacted the YouTubes in the fall of 2023 and made the false statements in an attempt to have the Hales channel removed. Was the plaintiffs accused the Hughes of being part of what they call the what the Hales media ecosystem and of coordinating with the others in the malicious conspiracy to harm the health. Lastly, the Hughes is alleged to have conspired with other defendants to commit the defamation of the false advertisement and the tortious interference. This is a mishmash of the partial truths and the outright falsehoods. The legal standard is dismissal under the Federal Rule of Procedure 6 is appropriate when the complaint fails to state the claim upon which the relief can be granted. To survive this dismissal, a complaint must allege facts that, if accepted as true, state a claim to this relief that is plausible on its face. Legal conclusions and conclusatory factual allegations are insufficient. There's also an argument that defamation lacks the factual and legal sufficiency. Plaintiff's defamation against the Hughes failed because the complaint does not allege any specific false statement of fact made by the Hughes in the plaintiff's that is both verifiable and defamatory. The reference allegations concern the statements that either protected opinion, rhetorical, perhyperbole, are so vague as to be non-actionable. This is just copy and paste. That's all this stuff is. And then this landing back. I'm sorry. This is all cut, copy, and paste. This is silly. Florida. Okay. There are no allegations that Hughes made any statements in the commercial advertising, or there's a promotion, or any such statements were likely to mislead consumers or materially affect purchasing decisions. That's required for the Lanham Act claim. Well, that's weird because, if I'm not mistaken, during this filing, that is not part of what was claimed against her. So I don't know why this would be filed in there. Let me double check something here, because this is stupid. I mean, whoever wrote this, it must be a complete freaking idiot, because I'm pretty positive. Open file location. Let me double check something here, because you know, it's really strange to me, because I'm looking at this and I'm going, something doesn't look right here. Like, because I'm looking, let's see, the amended complaint, and we'll just do a quick what is it? I think it's document 47. Is that right? No, that's a motion to permission, and 48. Referral in order 49, because I'm pretty sure that the new filing that was filed by Shockett, agreed motion for extension of time. Let me see here. I'm looking. Give me a second, because this is really weird. And what the hell? Okay, so last one that was filed, it was done basically on a piece of paper. That is so weird. I'm looking at the amendment. Let me find it here. Request for extension of time. Maybe I skipped it. That's just an agreed motion. Extension of time to file. Let me see. Maybe it's this one right here. No, that's just a motion. Okay, I'm confused here, because something's not working right here with me. And let me see if I can find it here. Oh yeah. Well, here let's start with this one. So this right here is originally what she filed, and if you look, that's how it was filed to start out with. Tag Taz. Thank you, Taz 67 Invader. Let me pull this thing up.
Welcome to the
Thank you so much.
Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery.
'Cause everybody sucks to see you, they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Today, maybe Tuesday, Wednesday. Oh my gosh.
And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant,
Boulder, dash, poppycock, bullocks, and fuckery.
We'll do it all over again.
Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you for the memberships there. And man, oh man, you guys show some love. Give some thanks out there for that, because that is just too kind. Give me a second. Okay. All right, here we go. I found it. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. Now, this here is, doggone it, stop it. All right, now all you have to do is just go down here, weeks, and you go down here to, that's weeks. Let's look at Preston. Okay, we're going past Preston. We're going past this. Let's see. And if we look right here, and I'll find it here. We'll just do this. Well, this is pretty easy. HUG use. I think that's right. Yeah, here we go. All right. So here's where Hughes comes in. Okay. Hughes furtherance of weeks. Hughes wrote the following false statements in an email every single day, puts up a video, blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. So that's it. Hughes makes false statements about Hales and Mr. Hales that are presented away to imply clear factual accusations as part of this. As the fall of Hughes also contacted YouTube and made false statements in an effort to strike Hales' YouTube channel. And actuality, Hughes' process and strategy is nothing more than a scheme to enrich Preston at the expense of consumers and Hales. So whenever I see this bullshit, they're not accusing them under the Lanham Act. Am I correct? Am I missing something here? Am I stupid or something? I don't see anywhere. Well, let's continue. Maybe there's more Hughes here. Let's see. Hughes. All right. Let's go to the next one. And then here. Okay. Oh, here it is. Fans of Hales comment in this group of support of Hales. Well, what is this involving? Let's see. This is involving Luthman's action, Luthman's furtherance of shite. Okay. So they continually post to the Hales, what the Hales, and then here's the civil conspiracy. All right, this is the action. Hughes and all defense agree to intentionally participate in civil conspiracy among themselves. Okay, so they're talking about civil conspiracy. Max Laugh said, check your email. Thank you so much. Maybe not. Okay. I will check my email. Doggone it. Thank you so much. Maybe not. I will check it. Give me a second. I only have 2 of me and one brain, and that's not a very functional brain most of the time. Thank you so much. Maybe not. I'm telling you, give me a second. I will check my email. Let me get through this first, though. All right. Hughes jointly and severely liable for the acts and of other members of the conspiracy which were committed in furtherance of the conspiracy. Hughes agreed to launch a campaign to damage Hales as evidenced by Hughes' actions. Hughes jointly and severely with all defendants. Okay. So where's the next one? Okay. No, that's it. That's it. That's all we got. That's it. Where in here does it say anything about the Lanham Act? I mean, I'm looking at this and I don't believe there was anything that Randy filed in here about the Lanham Act. I ride the short bus. My brain might not be completely functioning because, it got squeezed too hard as a small child. But I am telling you that nowhere in here does it claim anything about the Lanham Act. or the Lanham Act, or whatever this is. Matter of fact, this is the first I've heard of the Lanham Act. So what is that supposed to mean? I have an Uncrustable. I have a burger. That's all. Doug, show to chat of Marlo. Thanks to the head flea for help. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Well, we got you here.
Welcome
Give
to
me a
the
second.
shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of rocks. Monday, bullshit. Tuesday, bullshit. Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, all over again.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Oh, that's beautiful, Max. That's beautiful. I love it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Welsh Lady reads. Look at that. And it sounds a little bit like this. Hey, Shizzy. I thought I'd join the Muppet Show. What do you think of me as the Muppet? Well, can I request the shite song on the helmet, please? Well, I will, I'm just wondering, Welsh Lady, if I put my hand up there, can I make you talk? I might make you squeal. Okay, you got it, Welsh Lady.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day.
Stop it, Shizzy, you pervert.
Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber.
Oh, I got you.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
I love
and
it.
then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, all over again.
Yes. Thank you so much. Got you covered. Let me get a fresh new sticker there for you. I used to be younger. I love it. I love it. Yes, yes, yes. Now, it's interesting to me. It's very interesting to me. Oh my gosh. Tez, you gave another 5 memberships. Well, here you go again.
Welcome to the shit show. Every single day, a new flavor of fuckery. Cause everybody sucks, you see, and they're dumber than a bag of clocks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant, boulder, dash, poppycock, bollocks, and fuckery. Yeah, all over again.
Oh, love it. Oh my gosh. Yeah, okay, so they're claiming something about Lanham Act, but I'm pretty sure that I don't understand. There are no allegations that Hughes made any statements in commercial advertising. That's not what he said. Also, they never mentioned anything about the Lanham Act in this, or FDU2PA claims. There was none of those. Okay, so what are they talking about? Because there was never a single claim at all in this. Are you a fucking moron? Yes, you are a fucking moron. It's as simple as that. Mislead customers or okay, so all of this means absolutely nothing. Similarly, the complaint is devoid of allegations that Hughes is engaged in trade or commerce. There was never any claim that she was. That's not what the claim was. The tortious interference. Well, it's the tortious interference, and the conspiracy claims are not supported by facts or evidence. Okay. To state a claim for tortious interference, well, okay, we know what the law is there. Plaintiffs do not identify any specific business relationship with Hughes interfered. Actually, they do quite a bit, because if you're reaching out to people, you're a fucking moron. And nor do they allege the facts showing intentional or unjustified conduct. Instead, the complaint relies on vague assertions of coordination. Those aren't vague assertions, they're sweet cheeks. And conspiracy without factual detail. Well, that's why there's a thing called discovery. Yeah, you're about to F around and find out. Civil conspiracy also requires the actual underlying tort, which is absent here. That's not true. And cannot be based on mere conclusory actions. Well, the complaint is impermissible shotgun pleading. This sounds like a moron wrote this. Well, according to Max, a moron did write this. I'm just saying, according to Max, a moron wrote this, which would explain why it's so jacked up. Because it is completely devoid of common sense or anything that was even in the filing. What the F are they thinking? Oh, geez, give me a second. I got to pull this up because this is absolutely hilarious. All right, give me a second. When I saw this, I'm like, whoa, let me convert this to an Adobe PDF. There we go. Yeah. So Marla is giving a shout out to Lisa for helping me with motions and such. Marla, you are a freaking moron. Why would you take the word of this idiot? Oh, Jesus. No wonder it's so jacked up. God bless America. The amended complaint is a textbook example of a shotgun pleading. Okay. Let's see where they're going with this because, okay, so where's the shotgun? Okay. What proof do you have of this? Okay. Moron. Stupid. Fleesa, you a fucking idiot. You have to prove this. If you're going to make some sort of assertion to this, you have to prove it, you fucking idiot. Jesus Christ. I'm sorry. This is just, is there any question?
Welcome to the shit show.
That's all I got to say. Welcome to the shit show. Because the question is, anyone in the anti-what the hell's ecosystem not a fucking moron? I don't know. I really don't know. That I've seen pigs that fly faster than these people can like actually do something cognizant of an actual fucking pleading. Jesus Christ. Sorry. Yes, sorry. Let me calm down for a second. Plaintiff's failure to cure this defect even after the amendment supports dismissal with prejudice. Okay. What defect? You haven't pointed to any defect, you moron. Plaintiff's failed to stale a claim upon which relief can be granted. Actually, they do. You're an idiot. They do throughout the entire pleading. Maybe if you had actually read this instead of taking someone's word for it, you know, like line by line, word for word, you would have saw that there was plenty of claims upon which relief can be granted. You idiot. Dismissal with prejudice is warranted. Well, given the plaintiffs have already been given an opportunity to amend and have failed to cure these deficiencies, dismissal with prejudice is appropriate. I'm wondering if Fleesa is just using Hughes as like a puppet to see what she can get through. Because clearly you don't know shit about anything. Fleesa, you're an idiot. Maybe if you stop huffing down the cigarettes and lay down the pack of jelly donuts, you know, maybe get your sticky fingers out of those gross places, you know, where you're picking that Fermunda cheese from. Maybe you could file something that was cognizant. Or better yet, get a job, hire an attorney. so they can do this for you, because you try filing this pro se, you should get your ass handed to you, which would be pretty easy because you're pretty sure you know exactly where it's at all the time. For the foregoing reasons, defendant Marla Hales respectfully requests that this court be dismissing the plaintiff's amended complaint in its entirety with prejudice. That's not how you file this, you idiot. Dismiss. Well, and of course, I did a certificate of the word limit. But did you reach out to the attorney like you were supposed to in that? Nope, didn't do that either. Signed, Marla Hughes, pro se. Okay. It's time. I couldn't handle it. I couldn't handle it. I had to give you the bad before I give you the ugly.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Open letter to Marla Hughes. The sound and flurry of nonsense. Dear Marla, you finally filed your motion to dismiss, and like a kid holding up a macaroni art project and calling it a Rembrandt, you seem very proud of yourself. Now on the surface, it looks polished, structured, maybe even passable to someone who thinks Twombly is a fancy tea, but peel back the cover page and what you've really filed is a trap of your own making. Not a legal escape route, but a smoking gun wrapped in formatting. If you were aiming for bold, you nailed it, bold in the way that someone would try to joust a freight train using a pool noodle, and here I was, worried the anti-what-the-hell squad might finally hire someone who read the federal rules for civil procedure before filing their paperwork. Silly me. I clearly overestimated the group again. And to say that as someone who routinely forgets to untie both Velcro shoes before bed. Now, I'm just a lowly YouTuber riding the short bus of logic in my helmet of free speech, but even I can spot the freshman errors in your filing. Let's start with your big swing. A motion under Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 12b-6, a classic move when a party claims the complaint fails to state a claim upon which relief can be granted, the standard per Bell Atlantic v. Twombly. It's clear. But the complaint must state enough factual matter that, if accepted as true, makes the claim plausible on its face. Not conclusive, idiot. Not proven, plausible. And if this is where and that's where your entire motion collapses like a Dollar Tree deck chair, or anything that you probably sit on. The complaint against you doesn't just pass that bar, it leaps over it with screenshots, emails, quotes, and public statements, all tied directly to you, dumbass. Your own words, your public records, your decision to insert yourself, not hypothetically, not tangentially, but with intent and repetition. What moron wrote this garbage pile of shit? I know now that it was Fleesa. You fucking dimwit. You don't get to claim, as you do in your motion, that the complaint lacks specificity while simultaneously leaving a digital footprint longer than an Amazon return label. Oh, and let's not forget the part where the complaint shows you communicating directly with Preston, Weeks, Plummer, and Maskin, all participating in live chats, sharing evidence, and talking strategy. You're not a bystander, Marla. You're a ringleader in orthopedic sandals. It cites you saying Hales posts every single day with slurs and lies, and that he sends his followers to harass and abuse you. You said that, Marla, in writing, with dates, with context. That's not rhetorical hyperbole. That's hyperbole, sorry. And that's not verifiable false statement of fact, the exact thing that defamation is. And whether it's true or not, malicious or negligent, that's for a jury, not you. Not now, and certainly not in filing that reads like it was ghostwritten by someone hoping to remain hidden. But here's where it really turns dark. You didn't just sit back and observe from afar. You've been actively reaching out to people I fucking know. People I stream with. People who just shared a panel with me less than 24 fucking hours after that stream airs. You're in their inboxes. You're in their Twitter feeds, pretending to be misunderstood bystanders, some woman that's wrong, the neutral voice desperate to rewrite the narrative in private DMs, all the while playing fucking victim in public court documents. Go fuck yourself, Marla. I have screenshots of it. It's not innocence. It's not protected opinion. That's a coordinated post-litigation effort to poison the well, manipulate witnesses, and orchestrate influence, all while pretending your role was passive. It's not. It's not. You weren't swept up in some wild thing. You fucking joined the current willingly. And now you're trying to paddle backward and pretend it was just the tide. But hey, what do I know? I'm just a helmet-wearing, short-bus-riding internet clown with too much time and a dangerous addiction to truth, caffeine, and civil procedure. If the goal was to dodge accountability, this motion lands somewhere between bless your fucking heart and your honor. I'd like to plead the fifth on reading comprehension. And that brings us to the final question. Who wrote this for you? Well, now we know. We have proof of it. Because let's be clear, this motion wasn't written in your voice. I've seen your writing. This weaponizes ellipses like teenage Facebook poet. But this reads like it was crafted by someone who clearly does not know the law. Someone who knows how to wedge in a First Amendment argument even when it doesn't apply. Someone who should not be using Google to write their fucking filings. And here's the real kicker, dumbass. If the court finds that this bullshit motion was submitted in your name to game the system, if it was designed to delay, deflect, or provoke improper litigation conduct, then it's not just your signature on the hook, stupid. Whoever wrote this might be the stupidest legal advisor ever, and practicing law without a license will get them sanctioned. There is a way out, Marla. You can come forward. You can spill. You can spill if this motion was written by someone else, a certain YouTuber or stupid legal strategist, perhaps. The court needs to know, because while you may be trying to shield yourself with a motion to dismiss, they may be stacking up enough misconduct to get you and them both sanctioned together. And those would be sizable sanctions. And if you continue pretending this was all you might just go down with them hard, because if it is found out, which we have found out, you will be taking the fall right with them. Oh, they might say to you they cannot prove it. Are you sure? Have you taken a good hard look at every email, every post, every time that they've stated live that they were going to file bullshit pleadings? You know these people, Marla. Do you think they might just save their own ass, and they would throw your fat one not worthy of keeping your ass in the loop under the bus to save their own fucking skin? Want to make a chance on that? Remember, you filing as a pro se has rules. Are you sure this is the path you want to go down? This is the fall you want to take for them? You wanted to dance in the ecosystem. You danced. You made your moves. You whispered in ears. You're still whispering, but you don't get to put on a new face, pretend to be the unreasonable one, and file ghost-written pleadings while gaslighting the people you smeared. So you might want to just come clean, or sit quietly and let the sanctions fall like Florida rain, hard sideways and with no umbrella in sight. Sincerely, Shizzy Wiznut, Captain of the Velcro Legal Response Unit, witness to Whisper campaign, holder of receipts.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy Wiz Nut.
Oh my gosh, I tried posting here about reporting involvement's channel. He reposted a video that's been taken down twice and also showed Megan's house and address. Well, That's coming for him. That is coming for him. And you know what? That right there is going to get you a foot. It is going to get you a whole foot. And I just want to say that is awesome. And thank you very much.
Squeeze my heart.
What? Oh my gosh, that's so dirty. Why, Shissy? Why must you post those dirty things? Do you not have a soul? I don't know. It's like it's a mighty big hog. It's been getting fattened up and it's almost ready to be like turned into some nice ribs, a little bit of pulled pork. Thank you so much for that, Janice. I appreciate you. Yeah, I don't know why they're posting that vile stuff. Little known fact, Shizzy volunteers at the Boyd Club to teach freestyle rap. There's something wrong with you. Okay. All right. Now you guys got in here for one particular reason. And that was for this one right here. Yeah. Defendant David C. Helm's motion to dismiss plaintiff's amended complaint and for attorney's fees and costs under Florida's anti-SLAPP statute comes now. And I will say off the bat, whenever I read through this, it is pretty damn well written. Comes now defendant David C. Helm, and by the thorough undersigned, we'll just skip over some of this stuff. The preliminary statement, the state is quintessential strategic lawsuit against public participation, a meritless lawsuit through which Hales seeks to retaliate against and punish Helm because they have, well, I would say he had exercised their constitutionally protected rights of free speech in connection with matters of public concern for purpose of silencing any contrarian opinions to the other pending lawsuits Hale had filed. And I'm just curious. Free speech in connection with matters of public concern. I don't think Jeremy had any problem from what I've seen ever about him doing that. To this end, Hales has made allegations of defamation that is masquerading as a count of civil conspiracy that is void of detail even after plaintiff's amended complaint was filed on April 28th, 2025. However, in their amended complaint, Hale's allegation against Helm, I love this. This guy writes really good. Kudos to you, brother. The attorney in this, I'm saying kudos because this is easy reading right here. It's easy on the eyes. I am very used to looking at Times New Roman. It feels so much better on the eyes. Contained statements that are either not defamatory nor contained illusory statements that are insufficient to demonstrate a civil conspiracy. As such, all counts against Helm must be expeditiously disposed of, and Helm should be awarded his attorney's fees and costs under the Florida's anti-SLAPP statute. Now, Hales' allegations against Helm within their amended complaint relies upon 5 separate events to allege their conspiracy. 1, Hales contacting defendants Preston Cook. Okay. Helm contacting defendant Ducey. Okay. Helm having Ducey on his YouTube channel for a roundtable discussion. Well, it was a little more than that. And we'll get into that a little bit later because that right there was a little more than just having a roundtable discussion. Yeah, you might want to, go through that whole stream there, David, and figure out how that was a roundtable discussion. Okay, seriously, like that might be a good idea. You might want to not have those kinds of discussion. I mean, there were people having serious legal discussions there, and then you had other people in that panel that were talking about putting a group together, and you should see the threads on this bullshit. Yeah. Your own panel. We're talking about it. Interesting, huh? Helm having Duskin on his YouTube channel for roundtable discussion on June 8th, alleging that Hales is twice as dumb for not understanding the fair use doctrine and commenting on other YouTube channels that he saw a picture of Hales planting the alleged defamatory signs himself. So you had the guy representing Lynette Preston spinning a narrative, and you had him on your channel. Interesting. As demonstrated by over 730,000 followers Hales has on his YouTube channel and the frequency in which he creates video content regarding this, well, because it would be the top of his list of shit that's happening. A lawsuit against defendant Preston Cook in a matter of Jeremy B. Hales versus John Cook and Michelle Preston. Yeah, you have to actually, if I'm not mistaken, the lawsuit wasn't about Jeremy Hales and Michelle Preston to start out with, because at the time, I don't think that had been filed. And wait, Bruce wasn't even an attorney. So you got used, David. You got used like a little bitch, because he was already writing pleadings for them and you didn't know about it. David got used. He got used to promote this shit, David. Don't you feel a little sore now? Your ass hurt a little bit. Has made this matter of public concern. Further, many of the allegations against Helm are related to comments made during YouTube videos that discuss the content of related lawsuit. I don't think Jeremy has ever had a problem with content related to the lawsuit or other lawsuits. He didn't have any problem with that. He didn't have any problem with contrary opinions. From what I remember, he had problems with other statements that you made and other things that you said. For this reason, the prompt disposition of this case is appropriate because of its chilling effect on First Amendment rights. Hale's amended complaint contains claims that are untenable for several reasons requiring their dismissal. First, the alleged defamatory statements that form the basis of civil conspiracy are either facially or defamatory. I think it means factually or not defamatory. Factual? I don't get. Are true or fail to demonstrate any sort of furtherance of the conspiracy to commit the torts alleged. Further, plaintiffs' allegations as to Helm's statements intentionally misled and omit critical context in order to make them appear as if they are stated as fact. Second, plaintiff's claim of tortious interference with advantageous business relationships fails to state the cause of action which relief can be granted. Well, it looks like there was a whole bunch of information there that was showing that the interference was a little different than that, but well put. To the extent it is to the public at large, such relationships are not applicable to the cause of action. If it is to YouTube, the amended complaint fails to state how that business relationship was adversely affected. Well, that's something that you'd find out in discovery. Yeah. I mean, all there has to be is reasonable amount. So we showed that with what was happening in the first place. Third, plaintiff's claim of furtherance of the conspiracy to violate Florida's Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act. Oh, the FUNDA. Florida statutes also fails to state a cause of action for which relief can be granted. Plaintiff's amended complaint fails to connect the conduct it alleges to have caused the violation with the actions of Helm. Further, it fails to state any injury or detriment to customers. Well, that's not what it's detriment to his business. So a little different. Okay. So yeah, you're correct. It does, because that's not what they're stating. They're stating that it was against his business. Fourth, plaintiffs, and I'm pretty sure throughout that I'll look, but let me double check here. I could be wrong. Let's see. We'll just look at this one. No, it's this one right here. Here, we'll clear that one out, and we'll just do a quick look and see where it is. Paste, and where is it? Helm and all defendants agreed to intentionally participate in a civil conspiracy among themselves and with other individuals for the purpose was to commit violations of the Florida Deceptive and Unfair Trade Practices Act, Florida Statute 51 false advertising under the Lanham Act. Oh, they finally do have the Lanham Act here. Yes, they do have it in there. And tort of tortious interference with advantageous business relations. Throughout the course of the conspiracy, Helm and all defendants are acting in concert, coordinating in furtherance of a common scheme, the common scheme. Helm knew of the scheme and insisted for all the acts of all defendants, co-conspirators, including engaging unconscionable, unfair, deceptive acts or practices that offend established public policy or immoral, unethical. I'm pretty sure that they're showing right there. And also, and despite knowledge of the customer's contractual and business relationship with Hales, intentionally, without valid justification, interfering with such relationships. Now, they only have to allege. They don't have to prove by every single bit of it. That's all it takes. I mean, yeah, this is well written, and it could get Helm dismissed. Hell, even Marla Hughes could get dismissed. You never know with this judge. No, you're not late. You got here at the right time. Also fails to state a cause of action which relief can be granted. Plaintiff's amended complaint fails to connect the conduct it alleges to have caused the violation with the actions of Helm. Further, it fails to state any injury or detriment to consumers, but it is to their business. Fourth, plaintiff's amended complaint fails to state a prima facie cause of action for false advertising under the Lanham Act. The amended complaint fails to demonstrate any actions taken by Helm that were false statements of the fact about products, services, or commercial activities in its advertisements, that such statements would deceive a substantial segment of plaintiff's audience, and that it would influence buying decisions of consumers, or the plaintiff was injured as a result of those activities. Unless you have somebody out there, stating things that were untrue, like such as, raping a child and go home child rapist and things of that kind of, the initial acts in the first place. And then, if you further that even more by bringing an attorney that is representing that client, and then in furtherance, that attorney is also reaching out and contacting other people here, there, and yonder, and trying to get them to join in on an attack against this person, all to destroy their business. Then, I don't know, does that make you culpable or just gullible? I mean, I don't know. That could be anything. Could be any reason why that's happening. Relevant background. Helms runs a YouTube page now, called Making Law Simple. The focus of his YouTube channel is to follow litigation cases of public interest and provide analyses and explanation in the simplistic terms that the layperson can understand it. Very true. One of the litigation cases that featured on his YouTube channel was that of Jeremy Hales versus John Crook. Well, actually, it was Jeremy Hales versus Lynette Preston et al. But I digress. In contrast, the depiction of plaintiff's amended complaint, Helm did in fact record a Lego video with Hales on the YouTube channel Lego Law, Life, and Libations on March 23rd, 2024, where questions were asked of Hales about his pending litigation against defendant Cook and Preston, generally showing support for Hales' efforts in the community. During that same video, Helm informed Hales of his intent to wait, no, that's incorrect. That would be a lie right there. So during that video, Helm informed Hales that he had already reached out to Preston. Okay, big difference. There's a big difference in, see the wording here of his intent to reach out. No, in that video, he actually reached out. He stated that he reached out to Lynette. And if I'm not mistaken, what was said whenever he reached out to Lynette, Jeremy said, "Great. Now you've just implicated me." And if I'm not mistaken, another wonderful person jumped in there and said, I just found out about this an hour ago, but this is not about you. This was done on our own. You're not attached to it whatsoever. But the problem is you end up being attached to it because you're right there and they just told you what they did. They invited you on. This screws you up really bad. That's where the problem lies. Doug Raid, welcome, welcome, welcome. This is where the problem lies because it wasn't. Watch the video. Timestamp is between 3:10 and 3:16. Look at that right there. Go watch the video yourself and tell me if that's not what happens. There wasn't his intent to reach out. There was that he had already reached out to get their side of the story for his channel. Helm then had defendant Matskin, who at the time, well, this was a little bit later on, Helm had Ducey on, which at the time represented defendant Cook and Preston's in Hales's other suit. Oh, so you're saying this is a completely different suit that you're talking about? So which suit is it that you're talking about? On his channel, because within the video, the participants analyzed Hales's complaint with the original suit. Due to its high profile, Helm continued to follow the original suit and other content creators' YouTube videos and live streams after those videos and shortly before the initiation of the instant case. Well, but here's the thing. Helm was retired from YouTube. So this is sort of true, but it's sort of false and misleading because Helm already said that he was stepping away to work on his own law practice and left and was gone and done, except for doing the Lego streams. So what changed? Welcome, Tug Raiders. Welcome. Okay. Due to its high profile, Helm continued to follow the original suit and other content creators' YouTube videos and live streams. After those videos and shortly before the initiation of the instant case, Helm made posts on his page criticizing the conduct of both parties, which Jeremy has said before he doesn't mind. You're welcome to criticize the conduct of both parties. Doesn't care. It's just whenever it becomes defamation, that becomes a little bit of a problem. See the post for MLS YouTube channel. Okay. Legal standard. We already know what the legal standard is. Yeah, I want to fly through some of this stuff. Courts may interfere from factual allegations. Damn it, this guy's good. I like his writing. It's just this guy like does everything that he should be doing. He's putting the information in there like it should be. Argument in this case must be expeditiously disposed as expressed in Florida's anti-SLAPP statute, made it a matter of public policy to recognize and dismiss SLAPP suits expeditiously. The statute creates the right not to be subjugated to meritless suits filed primarily because another person or entity has exercised a constitutional right of free speech in connection with a public issue. Very true. But you're sort of leaving some stuff out there. If I'm not mistaken, right here, I would have to pull it up to be positive because the part of SLAPP is it's missing some information here. That's completely different. But okay, whatever. May or may not file be such claim. Similarly, Florida courts have long recognized that the prompt dismissal of meritless claims based on speech serves First Amendment values by protecting the robust discussion of public issues. Damn, this guy's really good. Where the facts are not in dispute, for in defamation cases, pretrial dispositions are especially appropriate because of the chilling effect these cases have on freedom of speech. Yes, we already know all those. Let's see here. This role and responsibility is critical because the SLAPP suits, such allowing a SLAPP to proceed causes irreparable harm. Yes, that it would be true. The anti-sleep slap statute provides the defendant may move the court for an order dismissing the action or granting final judgment and may file a motion for summary judgment together with supplemental affidavits seeking a determination that the claimant's lawsuit has been brought in violation of this section. Plaintiff's amended complaint deliberately omits context of Helm's statements. Well, and your response omits the context of things that you said and things that you did. So those things are being left out there also. Like, you know, there's actual proof of that. But, you know, if it doesn't matter if it's in context or not, even defamation per se is something that can be brought against you. Tug Raiders, welcome, Tug Raiders. Show some love to all the Tug Raiders, everybody. If you haven't reached down there, tap that little like button, make it feel special and warm, as I like to feel special and warm. And make sure that you're subscribed. If you're not subscribed, well, it doesn't take much except for just a nice little tap of the button, a little lick, a little whistle, and it will make you feel so much better. I know it makes me feel better. I get a tingle in my sphincter every single time you hit that subscribe button. Yeah, subscribe doesn't mean you have to pay any money. That would be members. And members, well, they get special feelings too. But I will tell you, all you have to do is become a subscriber and wait till you see where he shifts the burden to the co-defendants. Oh, yeah. The first regarding plaintiff's allegation that Helm's contact with defendants Preston Cook was in retaliation over Hales appearing on a different YouTube channel after being invited by Helm to join a video to build Legos on his channel. As infamous Lincoln King likes to say, this is an outright false statement. Not only did Mr. Hales accept that offer, but he appeared in a video with Helm on March 23rd on the YouTube channel. Yeah, which also, we already saw this. I feel like I'm reading the same thing over again. What the hell? Okay. All right. Well, motive for initiating this lawsuit against Helm during the stream with Hales, Helm made his intentions knows that he planned to get defendants Preston Cook's side of the story. Well, that is true. He does say that, but he says that he already reached out to them. Big difference. You already reached out to somebody. You already reached out to somebody. You already had reached out to them. The second act alleged to be in furtherance of this conspiracy was a comment made by Helm on the video. Let's talk about Florida man. What the hell's Jeremy Hales falsely claims he does not earn money off of YouTube. Okay. However, even with their own amended complaint, plaintiff admits that Hales generates revenue through YouTube through ads and connecting their YouTube platform to a store that sells merchandise. This is the point that he's making because of the actions by the defendants, that right there is caused damage to his channel. So you can't have it both freaking ways. Okay, either you're saying that there's no way we could have damaged him because it's YouTube, or we damaged his YouTube channel and, you know, it was maybe we just, you know, don't like his attitude and we decided to knock him down a peg or two. Is it, you know, which one is it? However, even within their own amended complaint, plaintiffs admit that Hales generates revenue through YouTube. Well, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean that he's getting all of that. You know, there is people you have to pay for that. There's people they have to pay to do all of the other stuff. I mean, running a channel like that has got to be pretty burdensome. I mean, I have this little tiny channel. I mean, whenever I say tiny, if you look at YouTube channels, Jeremy Hales' channel really isn't that big. And I'm you know, as much as big as it really is not that big. If you want to find out how big YouTube channels are, all you have to do is just search for YouTube channels with over 1 million subs, and you would be surprised. You would be completely blown away by how many other channels are much larger than Jeremy's. He's a big fish in a small pond, looking to be a small fish in a big pond. So he's very small. And me, I am like microcosm of like some sort of like plankton that's swimming around in this, primordial ooze. That's about what my channel is. It's small. It really is. And it's like non-existent. It gives you good feelings. It makes you feel all special, but not until you're like hitting like 10,000 above do you really start to do anything. And then even then you're going, it's a long climb to get even further than that, because YouTube doesn't push your algorithm. Seriously, they do not look at it. We love our minnow. Oh no, Matt. I am smaller than a minnow. Trust me. I am like minnow, like urine in this scene. I'm nobody. But Shizzy, we love you and your little tiny thing. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's all right. It's okay. I fit in just perfectly right here. YouTube platform to store that sells merchandise for YouTube creator. Any point of contention, if any, between Helm's statement and plaintiff's own admissions would be the definitional difference between plaintiffs generating revenue off of YouTube and generating a profit off of YouTube. Well, that's very forthright of him. Mm-hmm. I've been talking a lot today. The third act alleged is a YouTube video posted by Helm in which plaintiff alleges Helm says the following.
The daddy fly is going to prove in this video why Jeremy Hales takes his time, and that is an opinion. It's going to prove it because fair use, anybody on YouTube can use my videos without permission. It falls under the fair use. People can use my name and use content, videos, intellectual property to comment to each other for news, and the list goes on and on and on. So regardless how Mr. Hale simply ignores copyright law, and now looking even more foolish, his own words coming back to haunt him. Well, again, plaintiffs failed to provide the link to this video. If they had, it would have provided the important context that this statement wasn't made by Helm at all, but was in fact a composite of several edited clips from Mr. Hales' page. This video was used to demonstrate to Mr. Helm's subscribers the context and application of the fair use doctrine and how it believes Hale's multiple statements in his videos explained his interpretation of fair use were incorrect. Well, that's a pretty stupid way of doing it, but hey, you do you, Mr. Helm. You do you. Probably do a few other things. It'd be crazy not to. Oh my gosh. It's so crazy. Why is that? Somebody just... Oh yeah. Yeah, you are behind. That's funny. This video is used to demonstrate to Mr. Helm's subscriber the context and application of this fair use doctrine, how he believed Hale's multiple statements in his videos explained his interpretation of fair use were incorrect. As mentioned above, explaining the law in simple terms is the mission statement of Helm's YouTube channel. This is made plain by Helm's detailed discussion of the fair use doctrine within the description section of the video. The last allegation is a comment stating, I saw a picture of Jerm planning to sign himself, alleged to have been made by Helm in the chat section during live stream of defendant weeks. Again, the video itself is not attached, with only a screenshot being provided of the comment. However, the video again provides important context to the statement. When the comment being attributed to MLS account appears in the video stream, the host immediately read it and laughed, with one host speaking about a different photo and wanting to see the metadata on that. Well, that's the thing, is that would be incorrect, because if you actually go back and look at that particular, whenever that statement was up, that was something that was cited at a different time. And there was multiple times that you'd put that in chat and you'd put that information in there. So which one are you talking about? It could be any one of them, but all that matters is that you put something like that out there. And, you know,
Yeah, sure. It could have been taken out of context. Could have been. Or it could also been that you just fucked up. Could be. Like further cementing the context 45 seconds later. But see, here's the thing. This just goes to show that you're doing these kinds of things that had you not and maybe behaved like a fucking attorney and been, staying out of shit like that, you wouldn't have been named. See, that's the problem with these kinds of things where, you do some dumb shit and you get named in a lawsuit. Well, this is the kind of crap that's going to happen. And then you have to spend money to explain this kind of crap away. What were you fucking thinking? A screenshot of the follow-up comment is attached here to as Exhibit 7. The meaning of the joke is clearly understood by one of the hosts, but maybe it wasn't understood by anybody else except by the host. Goes to show that maybe you shouldn't have done it. Good idea, We go immediately to the response and follow-up comment. See Exhibit 6. It's been outlined above. Every allegation against Helm made in plaintiff's amended complaint is either a true statement or a statement that has been presented entirely devoid of context, so the plaintiffs can meet even the lowest standards of alleging a prima facie case. The chronology of the plaintiff's allegations against Helm, this guy's writing is so good. Helm in their amended complaint reveals their true purpose, and that for the moment, Helm informed Hales that he was going to provide defendant Preston Cook an opportunity to tell their side of the story. That's the problem. Dumbass. Do you not understand? At the time, there was a protective order that you had Judge Grudge that was saying, if there is anybody that reaches out, if there's anybody that reaches out to Miss Preston from YouTube, I will consider that third party, and it doesn't mean that the judge was right in doing it. And yes, the shit got thrown out, but he was still telling Hales that he was going to sanction him if he had anybody of his group reach out to Preston. And all of a sudden you're on a stream with somebody that's doing exactly that. Do you not see the fucking problem here? Jesus fucking Christ. Hale's intention was to use the significant social media influence and financial advantage to dissuade and punish Helm for disagreeing with him or giving a voice to any that would. As I said. I mean, if you want to bitch about the anti-slap, then go fucking talk to Judge Grudge, because they weren't allowed to communicate to her, even through a fucking third party. To prevail on a claim under the Florida Deceptive Unfair Trade Act. Oh, there is the FDUTPA. I was wrong. A plaintiff must show a deceptive act or unfair practice, causation, actual damages. Here plaintiffs have failed to sufficiently allege any of these three elements as discussed in the law instant motion section regarding the context of the alleged statements made by Helm. None of them would constitute a deceptive or unfair practice, even if it taken as true. Further, plaintiffs' sole allegation for loss of damages as a claim of loss of profit since the fall of 2023. No mention is made of what good or service is alleged to have been affected to cause this alleged loss of what behavior specifically deceived customers. For example, no casual connections made. No, it was in furtherance of the bullshit that has been played over and over. And you got duped, Helms. You got fucking duped by Bubbles. You got completely duped. And I understand. You had no idea how crooked the little shit was. And as soon as you found out how crooked he was, damn, I bet that really fucking hurt. I bet it really just hurt your fucking ego that little shit got away with it. For example, no casual connection about Helm's contention that Hales makes money off of YouTube would be considered deceptive, or whether such a statement caused actual damages. unless you're ruining his business practices in any action brought by a person who has suffered loss as a result of violation of his part. Well, and this could be also shown during discovery. So get it to discovery and then see if they can actually prove it. And if they can't, well, then you get even more legal fees if they are not able to. And the difference in the market value of the product or service condition, blah, 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 according to the contract of the parties, don't care. Act more, damn it. This guy's good. Complaint fails to state a cause of action under this, consequential damages in her claim rather than the actual damages in relation to the value of the car she purchased, dismissal with, but these are items. Here, Hales does not outline what the actual damages are given the multiple revenue streams that are outlined in their amended complaint. Well, it limits recovery to actual damages, not nominal damages, speculative losses, or compensation for subjective feelings of disappointment. Well, Popeyes, that's completely different. That's a tangible product. Okay. Further, plaintiff's amended complaint seeks both damages and injunctive relief under FUPTBDA. He further seeks relief as a corporate competitor and specifies Helm as one such competitor. I don't think he did in that. Doc 35 at 11. Let me look and see. I don't think that's right. Well, as a competitor, possibly. While a corporate competitor can bring a claim, they still must prove the elements of the claim, including injury to the customer. Well, that's true. Without stating a cause of action which no conspiracy can exist, and the count must be dismissed. But what is the actual injury to the customer? By, if you're telling lies and they think that they're purchasing something from somebody that does horrible things to children, which might, commit some sort of injury there. I don't know. To prevail on a false advertising claim under the Lanham Act, blah, blah, blah. More of the Lanham Act plaintiff's claim of conspiracy to commit false advertising under that fails for several reasons. First, all statements contributed to Helm with plaintiff's amended complaint do not fall within the scope of this act, and they are not statements pertaining to commercial advertising and promotion as required by the statute. Well, it is commercial advertising and promotion, isn't it? I don't know. As statement to constitute commercial advertising and promotion under Section 43, they must be commercial speech by a defendant who is in commercial competition with plaintiff. Well, there you go. They must be a defendant who is in commercial competition with the plaintiff, right? For the purpose of influencing customers to buy defendant's goods or services. Well, for the purpose of influencing consumers to buy defendant's goods or services, while representations need to be made in a classic advertising campaign, but may consist of instead of more informal types of promotion, the representations must be disseminated sufficiently to prevail purchasing public to constitute advertising promotion within the industry. Well, if that's the case, then the judge shouldn't throw this out just under this right here. It must be disseminated sufficiently. So you haven't done that sufficiently. See, you haven't even gotten into discovery on this. So I don't know. The difference between commercial speak and non-commercial speech within any of the goods and services plaintiffs, other customers or attempts to promote those goods or services. The central issue revolved around whether statements by famous artist, son, and daughter-in-law were the widespread forgeries being sold. It's completely different. So here are the facts are more removed from being commercial speech than the Bull case. Helm statements assuming arguendo that Helm made these statements all have to do with Hales personally and nothing to do with his business or products. Well, all have to do with Hales personally. Well, but if you are the product, then that could be considered defamation per se, maybe. Statements alleging that Hales is foolish and does not understand the law and fair use are statements. Okay, I don't think he's ever argued that he didn't, but he probably knows more about copyright shit than a lot of other attorneys. But then again, he's not an attorney. He's never claimed to be an attorney. The kinds of statements contemplated to be protected by the Lanham Act. Also, the remaining two elements, the Supreme Court work, Supreme Court and Lexmark in turn incorporated, blah, blah. Interest falls. Let's see. Lanham. Oh, yeah, here you go. In the present case, the only direct count. Oh, David, your attorney is beautiful. Look at that. In the present case, the only direct count of a violation in the Lanham Act is made against defendant Weeks. So why is he even arguing against it? I'm confused. I mean, is anybody else confused? I'm sorry. Maybe I'm a little stupid here. I mean, I think so. But even his own attorney is saying right here, in the present case, the only direct count of a violation of the Lanham Act is made against defendant Weeks. So why is he even arguing this? What a fucking moron. Why is the attorney even talking about this? The only interaction between Weeks and Helm is regarding a singular comment on Weeks' live stream. That's all it takes, though, doesn't it? Especially whenever you look at what the context was about. Because that context would have been about saying that that he had pictures of Jeremy posting the sign up himself. Right? Or I'm confused because I'm looking at this saying, okay, so you post something up and either it's verifiably false, which would be defamation pro se, knowing that it's not true, or you believe it to be true. And if that's the case, then you would be lying to even further the conspiracy even more. So I'm confused of what exactly was the purpose of that. If you're talking about if this was a singular comment on Weeks's live stream, as argued previously, the statements were not made as if to be stated as fact. Okay, but they were to be made in jest, except did they take it in jest? Because if I'm not mistaken, they kept saying that they believe that Jeremy put those up there, although Jeremy was out of town at that time. Of course, they didn't know that, but they kept pushing this narrative forward, saying that Jeremy posted those signs, and we can prove that Jeremy posted those signs, and we're going to have a handwriting expert that's going to prove that Jeremy posted those signs. I know, because everybody got on my case the next day, said, did you hear about this? And I actually researched the guy and found out that he was a scam artist and a convicted felon for assaulting, with a deadly weapon. As argued previously, these statements were not made as if to be stated as fact, but were easily understood to be made in jest. Okay, the final element requires plaintiffs to show that the representations must be disseminated sufficiently to the relevant purchasing public, constitute advertising, blah, blah, blah. So all this bullshit means nothing. Let's talk about Florida Man with the Hales says 85,000 views, live stream video. Okay, what does this matter? The live stream video with defendant Weeks has 41,000 views, and Jeremy Hales ignores copyright laws has 21,000 views. In contrast, Hales that's his most recent 2 YouTube videos. In the case at bar, Bad Neighbor finally tells the truth, or more court evidence revealed against Bad Neighbor and Bad Lawyer have 75,000, 60,000 views. Which, okay, let's put this into perspective. Okay, let's break this down and put this into perspective. Okay. If he's saying that Helm made a video that got 85,000 views, okay, and how many subscribers does he have? What, 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000, 5,000? Hell, does he have 8,500 people that watch him? Okay, so that would be 100% of the people that are subscribed to Helms. If he has 8,500 subs, that means that would be 100% of the people that watch Helms watch that. And if he has half that, that means that some people watched it and moved on. And they didn't subscribe. Now, Weeks had 41,000 views of that. So if Weeks had 4,100 views of that. Sorry, my numbers may be off. I'm a little slow today. So if he had those, if they had those kinds of numbers with what, 4,000 subs, 5,000 subs, what is it? You know, is it 2,000 subs, 3,000? I don't know. But you're claiming that Jeremy had, was this, and another one got 2,100. Okay. So how many subs do you have? Think about that. In contrast, Hale's most recent YouTube have 75,000 and 60,000. Okay. Now put this into perspective. Put another zero on top of that. That's how many subscribers Jeremy has. Okay. So if he has 750,000 subscribers, that's what, 10%? 10% of the people that are subscribed to him are watching. 750,000, or is it? Yeah, that would be 10%. Pretty sure. My math is shitty, but I'm pretty sure that 75,000 would be 10% of 750,000. And then he even got less than that. We're talking percentages of people that are actually subscribed to your channel. So that means you're getting really shitty amounts of traffic on your channel. Now, if you do, for example, one of the coin pusher videos that gets over 1 million views on that, those are numbers that you could say, those are really good numbers. Because you don't have 1 million subs, but you're getting better than 100% of the people that are subs watching your actual stuff. Right? So put it into perspective here, dumbass. That means that you're getting a lot of traffic on your fucking channel over shit that you're doing. Dooley's have 3.62. So yeah, they're getting. Hell, that one video right there got more views on it than they have subscribers. That one there got better than half. I mean, come on. Yeah, 10%. See, somebody knows math. I had the like one coming in. Well, thank you. I mean, put it into perspective, folks, because, you know, you work hard to get you know, those subscribers to come and join you, and then those subscribers come and watch your stuff. This is not a winning situation for them. If you're trying to, you know, grow a channel, if you're trying to grow a business. Views, respectively, were only released approximately 2 weeks ago. Even if any of the statements alleged against Helms are found to be false, there has been no demonstration that these statements have been viewed by any significant number of the purchasing public. Or maybe it will be, because if it's still out there, it could be, right? Further, plaintiff's amended complaint does not specify what, if any, damages occurred as a result of the conspiracy alleged, but they don't have to, as we said before. Since plaintiffs failed to plead a prima facie case on violations of the Lanham Act, no conspiracy can exist, and the count against Helm must be dismissed. Well, that could be true. I don't know enough about the law. I'm sure an attorney would be able to tell me that for sure. Let's see. Against defendant Weeks and Deuce Foreskin, these claims allege these actions defendant Weeks and Ducey interfered with its consumers and other companies, including Without Limitation, Whatnot, Inc., and YouTube. Further, they argue Maskins Weeks were knowledgeable of these business relationships as it applies to Helm. Plaintiff's amended complaint is silent as to his knowledge of these business relationships and what action Helms did in furtherance of interfering with said business relationships. He is correct, because it doesn't name you in those. It just says that you are part of a conspiracy of that crap. Right? I could be wrong. Thumbs up and over 1,000 here. Is there 1,000? Oh, thank you, all you wonderful 1,000 people coming by and hanging out with me. You make me feel so special. And I do have a wonderful letter coming up. You've been waiting for it. You've been holding off. You've been getting anxious. You can feel the warm and fuzzies about to come all over the place. It's ordered to present a prima facie case of tortious interference with advantageous business relationship. Plaintiff needs to plead sufficient facts to meet the following 4 elements: the existence of a business relationship, not necessarily evidenced by an enforceable contract, true, under which the plaintiff has legal rights, defendant's knowledge of the relationship, and intentional and unjustified interference with the relationship by the defendant, and damage to the plaintiff as a result of the interference. While plaintiffs do properly plead the first element as applies to YouTube and whatnot, it wouldn't apply to the customers, as the interference must be with an individual person, not the public at large. Regarding the second element, plaintiffs failed to allege that Helm had the, but it doesn't say, and I could look, but well, it says, in order to present a prima facie case of tortious interference with advantageous business relationship, needs to plead sufficient facts to meet the following 4 elements: existence of business relationship, that's true, not necessarily evidenced by an enforceable contract, the defendant's knowledge of the relationship, really, he can prove that, an intentional and unjustified interference with the relationship, and he can prove that, and damage to the plaintiff as a result of the interference, yes, he can prove that. So what's your point? Yeah, they plead all of them. Every single one of them. Regarding the second element, plaintiffs failed to allege that Helm had any knowledge of contractual relationship with these entities, but the people that you were conspiring with did. As it applies to the third element, plaintiffs failed to allege any direct claims of Helm interfering with aforementioned business relationships. Instead, plaintiff used a catch-all allegation. The only problem is they have your own words. See, that's where it sort of bites you right there. They have your own words. They knew of the scheme and assisted in it for all the acts of the defendants, co-conspirators, including despite knowledge of the customer's contractual and business relationship with Hales, intentionally and with valid justification, interfering with such relationships. However, plaintiffs failed to connect how the actions of Helm were in furtherance of the actions by defendant Weeks and Maskin that allegedly interfered with plaintiff's business relationship. All of Helm's alleged actions predate the alleged emails sent by defendant Maskin to whatnot, but it doesn't predate his involvement with the case. See, you have to understand that you had a bad actor there. It's not your fault, David. You got duped. You got duped. You got bent over and a nose shoved so far up there because they really wanted you to cover this. Is that why you've been so quiet about it? I mean, I understand. I would just shut the fuck up about it too. On February 17, 2025, lastly, plaintiffs failed to allege what damage, if any, occurred as a result of the interference with YouTube or whatnot incorporated due to plaintiffs' failure to connect the interference with the Helm and the interference with and the interference of the other defendants to any damages. There could be no civil conspiracy, therefore must be dismissed. It's all you're so screwed. So screwed. Plaintiffs amended the complaint, fails to establish a civil conspiracy. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, we're almost there. We're getting there. To enlist them in conspiracy to take down Hales and bring in Maskin and to appear as YouTube channels, proof that they were joint tortfeasors. It then outlines several YouTube videos that Helm appeared on or posts that were critical of Mr. Hales as proof of his involvement in said conspiracy. A civil conspiracy requires, 1, an agreement between 2 or more parties. Well, whenever you had those people on your channel, there would have been an agreement right there. To do an unlawful act or do a lawful act by an unlawful means, like such as showing up on someone's live stream and posting something like that. The doing of some overt act in pursuance of the conspiracy and damage to plaintiff as a result of the acts done under the conspiracy. See, because you have to remember what happens in your chat, you're responsible for. Everything that happens in your chat, you're responsible for, and that's YouTube's terms of service. You might want to fucking read them. A conspiracy is unlawful when there is an intent to achieve an illegal goal. Blah, blah, blah. However, even assuming, arguendo, that such a conspiracy exists, plaintiffs fail to specify any illegal act that was agreed to by the parties to commit. But see, here's the beauty of that. They have your own words, dumbass. They have your own words. Well, not your words, but words of people on your panel. Yeah. Yeah, they sort of opened their claptrap and let it spill. Should I tell you where you can find that? Yeah. They opened up their claptrap and let it spill that there were a group of people that were actually very heavily involved in talking about this. Is that why you shut down your Discord? Maybe. I don't know. Let it go defunct, decided to do something else because all of a sudden these people were doing things they shouldn't be doing and you had no control of it anymore and it was going to come back to bite you. Is that maybe why? I don't know. I'm just guessing here. Further, a malicious intent will not transform otherwise proper conduct into actionable civil conspiracy. American Diversified Insurance Services Inc. Blah, blah, blah. As discussed above, none of the actions of Helm outlined in plaintiff's amended complaint are in furtherance of any of the underlying torts plaintiffs allege were part of the civil conspiracy. The common thread between the actions plaintiffs attempt to contribute to Helm's is the contention that they were false statements being presented in a way that imply clear factual accusations. Well, either you're lying then or you're lying now. Is that what you're saying? With plaintiffs stopping short of calling them defamatory. Okay, however, when taking these statements in the light of the most favorable to plaintiffs, they do not constitute an overt act in pursuance of the conspiracy to commit the torts of violating the false advertising of the Lanham Act, Florida's deceptive unfair trade practices, or tortious interference with advantageous business relationships, unless the business relationship was to destroy another person, which Bruce has already admitted to. Yeah, he's already admitted to that. He's already said so. Yeah, plaintiffs attempt to circumvent this issue by pleading that Helm knew of the scheme and assisted in it for all the acts of all the defendants' co-conspirators. However, this is both chronologically and factually inconsistent with the remaining allegations. Don't know that. Can you prove that you weren't there? Because, that's the thing is, maybe somebody inside your little group already has that information, might be seeing, the kinds of things, communications that might have been going on back and forth with all the parties involved. I don't know. Is it true or is it Memorex? However, this is both chronologically and factually inconsistent with the remaining allegations of plaintiff's amended complaint. For example, plaintiffs allege that the conspiracy began on June 19th, 2023, but then alleged that Helm created the conspiracy of spring 2024. Further, it identifies Bruce Manskin as an unidentified group of other people as the only people listed for the alleged conspiracy. There is no further facts alleged how Helm assisted the acts of any of the other co-conspirators, except for having them on your stream. Defendant Helm is entitled to recover his attorney's fees under the Florida anti-SLAPP statute. Defendant Helm is entitled to and should recover his attorney's fees, which is true. If he wins, then he should recover his attorney's fees. Then he would have to win this motion. SLAPPs involve claims against Ross citizens, bloggers, journalists, businesses, and other entities involved in speaking out on issues of concern to the public. Does that include attorneys? I'm wondering. Does that involve attorneys that are involved in a legal? I mean, doesn't that go against some attorneys' ethics right there? Pretty sure. Like most attorneys that are involved in like lawsuits, possible lawsuits, they usually don't say anything. Pretty sure that, Bruce was already involved in this, but you didn't know. You got reamed. I bet that hurt. Might want to get a new checkup on that one. SLAPPs are based upon nothing more. Okay, we know what SLAPPs are. SLAPPs masquerading as ordinary lawsuits may include a myriad of causes of action, including defamations, interference with contractual rights, prospective economic damage. Yeah, following SLAPPs proceeds violates the very constitutional rights Florida's anti-SLAPP statute was implemented to protect. Well, that's for government, though. Like keeping people from stopping to speak out about the government. Florida's anti-SLAPP law prohibits any lawsuit, cause of action, claim, cross-claim, or counterclaim against any other persons or entity without merit, primarily because such a person or entity has exercised the constitutional right of free speech in connection with the public issue or right to peacefully assemble. Don't worry, we're getting to the letter. It's coming. Petition for regardless of grievances before the various governmental entities of the state is protected. Wait. Did I miss something here? Maybe I did. I'm pretty sure speak with public issue in connection with the public issue. Constitutional right of free speech in connection with a public issue. So is it then you would say it would be a public issue? I'm curious because I'm confused. Would it be a public issue whenever it's a lawsuit, or is it a public issue whenever a governmental entity is involved? Public issue. What would be a public issue? Maybe somebody could inform me. What would be a public issue? Because I'm pretty sure that a lawsuit isn't a public issue. Pretty sure. Could be wrong. I mean, unless a judge was doing something untoward. So, and I'm pretty sure nobody really cares. I mean, it might be interesting, but you can always speak on a public issue. It's whenever you've got someone that's speaking on a public issue and causing defamation might be a big problem. Why did he go to Ohio in front of Hales' driveway? I don't know. Now, see, Melody, I don't know anything about that. I mean, if he did, I don't know anything about it. But see, I also don't follow these people around, so I don't know. I don't know what it was all about. All I can speak on is the things that I know, and that one would be complete hearsay for me because I have no proof of that, and I couldn't prove that, so I won't speak on that. No, Shizzy, don't forget Helms. See, that you can, I understand, Max. There's people saying this. I don't know anything about that. I honestly don't. I haven't followed that kind of stuff because that's getting just too fucking crazy for me. I honestly don't know. I have no proof of that. Now, if somebody wants to show me proof, cool, I'll look at it. But, like I said, that's not something I know anything of. I really don't. I mean, if he did something like that, that was stupid. I would just say, but, we don't expect people to always do, use their better judgment in these kinds of things. And it's no coincidence the plaintiff's amended complaint specifies that Helms' involvement in the alleged conspiracy began on the day Helm informed Hales a plan to get defendant Preston Cook's side of the story. Okay. The suit is in retaliation for Helm speaking with those who disagree with Hale's narrative. No, the suit is not in retaliation to that. Regarding his other lawsuits, no, he said, go ahead, speak about them. Don't care. Just don't get me in any trouble with the damn court. That's all he's saying. Because that becomes a big problem, like no third-party contact. Now, here's a perfect example of that. And I'll just use this example. Say, for example, I'm best buds with John Cook, and I go and I start telling Jeremy what John Cook said about him or George or anything else. That would be third-party contact. That would get John Cook in trouble. Do you understand? That's what happens in that kind of shit. That's why you don't do this crap. Thank you, Jack Miles. Papa Nut rocked the house. Love last night's stream. I loved it too. You're gonna love the letter tonight.
Welcome to the shit show.
Oh yes, every single day. And if I missed any super chats, I will get you later. I need a break. They're dumber than a bag of cocks.
Monday
Tuesday, Wednesday.
And then 4 more days of increasingly stupid, ridiculous, ignorant,
Boulder, Dash, Poppycock, Bullocks, and Fuckery. This is retaliation for Helm speaking with those who disagree with Hale's narrative regarding his other lawsuits by alleging blah, blah, blah. The live stream on YouTube providing updates to his followers regarding the status, posting on the internet blog's website, recognized forms of protected free speech, except whenever it's, and, you know, and there's a difference between free speech and defamation. Your favorite say. Yes. Oh my gosh. There's a claim that lacking in merit and exercise of protected free speech. Any good faith estimate. Okay, we're looking for, okay. So here are the timing of the suit, the amount of damage requested, the non-specific allegations, attempting to connect co-conspirators, and the misleading representation of Helm's statement all lead to the same conclusion. The plaintiff's suit is based upon conduct that is protected by Helm's First Amendment rights, such as plaintiff's suit is entirely without merit in its claim against Helm. Wherefore, defendant David C. Helm respectfully requests that this court enter an order dismissing plaintiff's amended complaint as to all claims against him with prejudice, awarding a judgment in favor of Helm on all plaintiff's claims, and awarding defendant his attorney's fees as well as costs any further relief that this court deems just and appropriate. This is so well written. I mean, he's not getting crazy with it, just saying, you know, get me out of this suit, pay me my money, pay my attorney fees, and I'm gone. Certificate of conferral. David Helm conducted a meet to confer via teleconference on May 15th to discuss this motion. The parties were not able to resolve the issues contained herein. So what are you saying here is that he actually did a certificate of conferral. So the counsel and counsel for defendant, which would be the plaintiff's counsel, defendant counsel for David Helm, they met, they had a video teleconference on May 15th to discuss this motion. And they were not able to resolve the issues that he stated herein. And then he certifies it, as he should. And I know you guys are ready for it. You're like sitting on the edge of your seat. You can feel it coming. You can feel it coming. It's going to be like all over your... Yeah, it's going to be all over your...
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. Whiz, shizzy, whiz, nut.
Open letter to David Helm. The law ain't Lego counselor. MLS. You're not stupid. That's the tragedy. I've been on streams with you. I've seen your insight, your analytical chops, and your ability to break legal complexity down for regular folks. It's what made making law and simple a solid concept. You had credibility, clarity, and at times charisma. So when I say this next part, I say it not as someone taking cheap shots at a hack, but as someone profoundly disappointed by a man who knew better and still chose worse. You filed a motion to dismiss that leans on the anti-slap statute like it's a parachute, but buddy, you packed it wrong. This motion isn't clever, it's not even bold, it's cowardly in its omissions. It's arrogant in its presentation, as if the sheer volume of legal citations could disguise what really happened. You made a choice. You walked in with both eyes open, holding a mic, wearing your God of Law hoodie, and holding hands with the defendants. You stepped out of your Lego Law and Life and Libation sandbox and decided to pompously sign your name to a 32-page motion declaring yourself a misunderstood legal sage trampled by a mean YouTube. You didn't just miss the mark. You glued yourself to the bottom of it. And now, much like your laughably small YouTube subscriber count, this motion deserves to be dismissed, deflated, and demoted to the kids' menu of federal litigation. You actually wrote was the legal equivalent of slipping on banana peel while shouting, "Your Honor, I meant to do that." And now we're here. I read your anti-slap masterpiece, or rather your anti-logic manifesto, and it deserves only fitting response. A public undressing, done slowly, with sarcasm, and a bar exam grade precision. That statute was written to protect citizens from bullies in boardrooms, not grown men cosplaying as pundits on live streams filled with winks, nods, and defamation by design. You're not a victim of slap, you're part of a slapstick ensemble cast, and the court shouldn't be buying tickets to your show. Let's start with your central argument that you were just talking about a lawsuit, not targeting the plaintiff. Newsflash: when you coordinate with other defendants, join a broadcast with one of them, repeat their false claims, and then publicly recruit more players into the so-called eco-medio system, you're not just narrating the story, you're writing yourself into it as a co-conspirator. Noting that your filing insists you were just a neutral law explainer on the YouTubes, unfairly swept into a vendetta by Jeremy Hales, except David, and I say this as kindly as one can say without eviscerating your credibility, you reached out. You knew about the no contact order between Hales, Preston, and Cook. You knew it applied to third-party communication. You were on the stream live when Jerry explained those boundaries. And instead of respecting it, instead of pausing and thinking, hey, I'm a licensed attorney, maybe I shouldn't walk into this dumpster fire with a torch and a camera, you dropped the bombshell during a live stream that you'd already approached Lynette, Michelle, Lacey, Alexis, Preston, and John Cook like a kid walking into a dark forest thinking he'd get candy, only to find himself shoulder deep in defamatory sludge and court orders. And not only did you reach out, you turned around and announced on air that you already reached out to Preston and Cook. No heads up, no off-stream disclosure. You ambushed him with it mid-stream and explained that no third-party contact with Preston or Cook is allowed due to a restraining order. You can say that in no way you're responsible, as it was, did this on my own, expect Jeremy not to receive backlash from your fuck up. I know you're not that stupid, David. You knew you did it anyway. Then you filed this motion pretending your hands are clean to try to separate yourself away from the lunatics you linked arms with by playing the I'm just the analyst card. But you weren't analyzing, you were amplifying. You were actually legitimizing and strategically joining in that coordinated campaign designed to destroy someone's business, reputation, and livelihood. You say now it was just innocent analysis, but the statements weren't defamatory. That's all protected speech, but let's not gaslight the record. You said Hales falsely claims he doesn't earn money from YouTube. You commented, even in jest, that you saw a picture of him planting signs accusing himself of grape. You edited together clips of him and declared this is proof he's twice as dumb. These aren't neutral explanations of the law. These are statements of fact delivered with a tone of mockery and later defended with a classic cop-out. Well, everybody knew it was a joke. David, jokes stop being funny when they echo accusations that trigger a 2-year restraining order, and that's not lost on the court or the audience. I hope you jumped in with the very people that order was designed to keep away. Let's also not pretend you were coerced, you volunteered, you coordinated, you even floated legal strategy to the same people who spent the last year spray painting grape allegations across Florida's digital backgrounds. And your defense is now, well, my videos didn't get as many views as his. Brother, that's not an argument. That's an admission of intent with poor execution. What you call fair use legal commentary is closer to legal-themed gossip hour, complete with Facebook group chats, echo chamber panels with Bruce Bubbles Manskin, and the live streams where you toss around opinions wrapped in faux objectivity like party favors at a bar association frat party. You weren't just talking about the case, you were in the digital foxhole with the people actively attacking Hales' business and reputation, and you were passing the ammunition. You chose the team. You picked the sides. You didn't just appear with Manskin. You chased clout from the same guy who bribed a kid with $100 for audio and used Facebook chat like it was a law office conference room. And for what? A few thousand YouTube videos? A moment of attention from the internet's sloppiest cabal of lawsuit farming lunatics? You even had your own little group of miscreants try to start shit. Are you planning on handing that over? All the Discord threads? Or did you realize how much hot water you were about to get in and do a dirty delete? Your motion tries to frame this as some sort of sad, misunderstood First Amendment picnic. But here's the thing, free speech doesn't mean freedom from consequences. You can't yell Hales is twice as dumb in a crowded YouTube thumbnail, misrepresent his copyright claims, then clutch your pearls when someone accuses you of being part of a defamatory campaign. That's not constitutionally protected. That's strategically humiliating for you, David. You say Hales has a big audience, as if this justifies you coordinating with Manskin and the rest of the crew for like a kindergarten class, like it's some kind of noble cause. Your own motion admits to calling Preston, recruiting Bubbles, Mac and Cheese Manskin for live panels, and making posts that mysteriously align with defamatory signs, threats, and smear campaigns. Are you really asking the court to believe that this was all just educational commentary? Let me translate that for you with a language suitable for your audience. You don't get to build conspiracy castles out of YouTube clips, then whine when someone knocks them over. You made public comments about seeing him plant signs accusing himself of grape. And when pressed, you said he made it. Your defense is literally that he fabricated the evidence as a joke. David, in what universe is a knowingly false statement accusing someone of faking evidence about a grape accusation a joke? Apparently not in any jurisdiction where you're licensed. You write in this filing like you're the one being slapped, but David, this isn't a shut up suit, it's clean up your shit suit. You stepped into a legal war zone, delivered firepower to the side already under restraining orders, and now you're shocked the other side fired back? That's not how it works. You were the adult in the room. You knew the ethical lines. You crossed them anyway, not because you didn't understand them, but because you willingly thought that you were immune. That's not ignorance, that's hubris. You could have stayed out. You could have kept it neutral. You could have done what you do best, explain the legal system without becoming entangled in it. But instead, you lent your voice, your platform, your bar number to people who have already been found by a court to have stalked and defamed. And now you want out without consequences. Well, that's not how conspiracy law works. That's not how credibility works. That's not how any of this works. You had a shot at being the voice of reason. You chose to become the chorus of deflection. And for someone with your ability, that's not just reckless, it's tragic. Let's talk about your branding. You operate under the name Making Law Simple, but what you really made was a simple lawsuit against yourself. You conspired on live streams. You DM'd Preston. You hosted Matskin, a man so radioactive he makes Chernobyl look like a camping trip, and you gave him a platform to amplify defamatory claims. Then you filed this motion as if you're the aggrieved party, all while quoting Carp v. Miami Herald like you're the First Amendment's final boss. But while you're busy LARPing as a legal hero, your own statements show you knew your involvement was radioactive. You announced you were stepping back from YouTube to focus on your legal career. You then reemerged only after seeing other people covering this and being explicitly warned by Hales that third-party contact would be a violation of that protective order and he could be sanctioned by Judge Grudge. Knowing this, you made sure to reach out anyway, not with objectivity, but with the clear intent of choosing sides. That's not neutral, that's premeditated stupidity with a JD. Your motion brags that anti-Hales videos got only 2,000 to 8,000 views compared to Hales 60,000 to 70,000 per video, as if that exonerates you, David. Let me simplify it for you, since it seems your channel has forgotten its own tagline. Quantity of damage is not a defense when the intent is to cause harm is clear. If I shoot someone in the leg because I missed the artery, I don't get to argue in court. Well, Your Honor, I only grazed him. You were part of a campaign to defame Hales, a campaign you joined knowingly, and after being told about a no contact order, then bragged about it on camera. You want credit for being too ineffective to do real harm? Well, cool. That's not exculpatory. It's just both defamatory and pathetic. You cite anti-slap like it's a shield, but you forgot one small requirement: truth. The statute doesn't protect speech that's knowingly false. It doesn't immunize coordinated efforts to destroy someone's livelihood with fabricated accusations. It doesn't cover, oops, I made that up, LOL, in a live stream chat while surrounded by co-defendants in an active case. You're not a First Amendment warrior. You're a guy who picked the wrong team, talked too much, and left a breadcrumb trail of admissions straight to the courtroom. An anti-slap argument? Oh, please. Well, let's address the conspiracy. Began in June 2023, but didn't join until 2024. Defense. It's cute, but were you hoping Judge Bolitho wouldn't think conspiracy law works like an invite-only party with a guest list that closes at midnight? Because here's how conspiracy actually works. If you jump in later and help move the plan forward, guess what? You're in the pool and you don't get a towel. Then there's your claim that you just made jokes, or that I saw Jeremy planting the signs comment was clearly satire. Buddy, you followed that up by admitting you made the picture. That doesn't make you a satirist. That makes you a propagandist with a Canvas subscription. And let's not forget the gall, the dripping, arrogant gall of asserting that Hales' lawsuit has no merit because he makes money on YouTube. Do you realize that monetizing your own legal commentary doesn't immunize you from liability, right? Or were you hoping your $3 ad revenue would buy you a defamation hall pass? Let's bottom line this. You aligned yourself with people who posted signs accusing a man of raping a child. You gave airtime, oxygen, and validation to that effort, then turned around and tried to paint yourself as an innocent legal explainer with a stack of figurines and oversized sense of self-importance. That's not legal commentary. That's character assassination in nonstop motion. Now, here's your dose of reality, David. You helped light the fire. You helped pass around the gasoline, and now that the smoke is curling into the courtroom, you want to run behind a Lego wall and cry anti-slap. It's not just laughable, it's insulting. Your motion isn't a shield, it's an accidental confession. So unless you've got the pro bono wizard ready to turn all this into a Pixar short called David and the Defamatory Dumpster Fire, you might want to stop throwing bricks and start bracing for judgment, because in the court, the law isn't simple, but the consequences, well, they should be. Sincerely, Shizzy Wisnut, the god of mockery, spokesman for every lawyer who cringed while reading that filing, and vice president of Velcro. Indeed, indeed I am.
It is about time. Let's break this mother down. With Shizzy, Wiz, Nut.
Now that's what we call fun. I hope you guys had a good time tonight. I need a drink. I need a drink too. Well, thank you. No, bravo at this mood. No, I had a good time. It was good. Please stop and chat. Next time you're there and see my wrench, please stop and chat. Heather May. All right. I think I had some super chats I may have skipped over as I was reading through those pleadings. I needed that. Oh my. Papa Nuts for the house. Love last night's stream. Just got, I didn't miss anybody. I think I got everybody already. Just got here, had some tests to do. Hi, all. And that was the last one that I got. Thank you so much. No, it's wonderful. I think that this is the best letter written. So sad. Many do not. Well, it was an interesting letter to write. And like I said, I'm not doing this to slam David. He is actually a very bright attorney that I think got duped pretty bad into falling into this, and then got in over his head. That's what I think. But that's just my opinion. But I also think that was probably one of the most well-written damn law, responses that I've seen so far. It beats the hell out of anything that Deuce ever wrote. I mean, David hired a damn good writing attorney. That guy's good. I mean, will he win on this? I mean, he could get removed. He's got a pretty damn good case. of getting removed from it, but you know, we'll see. We'll see. What? Debbie Webb is in the hospital? No, that can't be. Oh my gosh. Thank you for shouting that. I know you don't mean to shout, but thank you, Tammy. When did that happen? Debbie Webb, you're in the hospital. You're in the hospital. I'm sorry to hear that, Debbie. Oh, I hope I put a little bit of enjoyment and smile on your face. Thanks, Shizzy. Going off on to see Val's news. Oh, awesome. Going over to see Val's newest baby boy. Does he have a new baby? We will check that out. I will probably send you guys over there to go see Val. He's good people. Oh my gosh. Yes, let's get Debbie better soon. Yes, Debbie, get better soon. Sorry, Shizzy, and you're right. It happens. It happens. No, I'm glad. I am actually glad that you shouted it out because I wouldn't have seen it if it wasn't capped like that. Thank you so much. But yes, no, it happens. I do that sometimes also. Yes, we are sending good thoughts to you, Debbie, and you know it's unfortunate. I hope that you get to feeling better. Oh, pneumonia. Oh, you know. I hear that if you remove your lungs, the pneumonia goes away, but that's just, I think that's just an old wives' tale. Yes, Jesse, born today. Heather May, you were born today? How many years? It doesn't matter because we have something for you.
Oh my, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, it is your day. Happy birthday to you.
Ah, yes. Happy birthday. I said the baby goat was born. Oh, today, but my 69th is on Saturday. Saturday, that sounds beautiful. You know what 69 is. It's the same thing no matter which way you look at it. Upside down, sideways, it's always 69. It doesn't change. It is the unchanging time in your life, the time that you just want to relax and get into the mood. Oh yes, it's Val. Yeah, we'll have to wish a happy birthday over there to Val's baby goat. I'll probably send in all you fine folks over there after I'm done here. I'm funny. Well, thank you, Heather May. I appreciate being funny. I'm funny looking too, I guarantee. My wife tells me that all the time. I was like, come on, I'm funny. She's like, funny looking. She's awesome. You don't realize how much I love my wife. We get into some of the craziest arguments over shit that doesn't mean anything, and then we just laugh about it because, well, that's what you do. You enjoy life. And just like I enjoy my lovely wife, she makes me very happy. Especially today was a sad day, but yet a celebration day. And of course it'll be tomorrow's going to be a very sad day. I don't like sad days. I'd rather not think about sad days. Now tomorrow morning I will be hosting over here. I'll be hosting Morning with Mo in the Deep End. So Mo will be over here with me tomorrow morning, and we will be firing up the Friday morning stream. And hopefully I can get another wonderful person to come on and join me for that. And Mo, because he's always invited, you know what I'm talking about. The man, the myth, the legend, the Volstorm. Hopefully we can get that happening. That is the plan. Well, damn, I've got two people here I could send you guys over to. I mean, if I send you over and see the baby goats, you have to hit the thumbs up. You have to subscribe to the baby goats. Okay. I'll send you guys over there, but you have to show the man some love. Okay. I will probably be joining MG a little bit later. If he sent me an invite, I will come over and enjoy hanging with him for just a little bit. But I think I will be sending you to the baby goats, but you have to promise me, show the man some love. You gotta throw some like goats up in the chat and that kind of stuff. Okay? So do that for me. Show the man some love. He's such a good person. You just have no idea. And he's just, you'll love the man. All right, everybody, have a wonderful one, and I will see you tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock in the morning. See you then. Peace, y'all, and thank you for coming by tonight.
Like I'm living rent-free in your heads again, huh? I mean, if you're gonna spend your days obsessing over me, you might as well start calling me something respectable. Maybe Daddy Shizzy, or better yet, Papa Nut. Who's the grown-up here? Oh, right, it's me. Let's go. Call me Daddy, yeah, that's who I am. Running your mind's like a master plan. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, take your pick. Alone in your thoughts while you still act sick. Call me Daddy, it's what you mean. Why you chase the crooks and I take the lead? Living rent-free, that's my name. Go ahead, say it, put some respect on your name. Man, I'm too old, well here's a surprise. I'm the one with the brains while you're stuck with the lies. You act like you're experts, but here's the reality. I'm the one controlling your mental reality. So while you're out there trying to throw shade, I'm sipping coffee and you're feeling betrayed. You're mad, I got the spotlight, now it's my time. So why not call me Daddy or Papa with a rhyme? I'm the landlord and you're just the tenants, stuck in your headspace with no insight, no repentance. Call me Daddy, you know it's true. You'd be lost without me, stuck in the glue. Call me Daddy, I'm holding your mind while you're scrambling, trying to find what's behind. Papa Nut, Shizzy Daddy, don't you see? You're living in my world now, I'm the VIP. Call me Daddy, just let it be. While you're trying to figure out your own identity. Oh, I see you're confused, trying to get it right. Spinning your wheels while I'm out of sight. You think you've got it figured, but you got it all wrong. I've been running your minds all along. But sure, keep pretending you don't care. Keep saying you're done, but I'm still in the air. You got no choice but to bow to my name. Daddy Shizzy is here to own the game. You say you don't watch, but you're obsessed. Every word I say puts you to the test. Call me Daddy, Papa Nut, you know you should. Because I've been living rent-free, and you know it feels good. Shizzy Daddy, owning your headspace, and there's no escape. Good luck with that.
Show